Hello guys, hey, sorry it's been taking me so long to make new videos. I actually filmed this same video yesterday, and then when I rewatched it and I was going to put it on, I realized I had the camera angled too far up and you couldn't see anything I was holding. So, take two. But anyway, so I just thought I would make a packing video just to show you guys what you should and shouldn't bring. Sorry, I saw something. What you should and shouldn't bring, and then maybe like what I brought and what I kind of feel like I shouldn't have brought and what I thought I should bring. Okay, so what I packed for this trip, I put all of my stuff into travel bags, and I thought this was really convenient. It is a little more of a hassle to deal with, and I don't think they save room like everyone says, but it's just easier because when you're kind of living out of a suitcase, I don't know if you can see this, when you're kind of living out of a suitcase, it makes it a lot easier so you're not like digging through your entire wardrobe and then trying to stuff it all back. So you're just pulling out bags, and then you know, like all of your pants are in one, all of your shirts are in the other, so you're only dealing with the one bag. But so in terms of what I packed a bag of shorts. I have 3 pairs of shorts, and I haven't had to use these yet. So I wouldn't recommend bringing more than like 1 or 2. I think 3 was a little too many because obviously it's Ireland, it's going to be kind of cold here. So either none or just like 1 pair maybe. But definitely I would say just in case, because I'm still glad I brought some shorts just in case. Okay, let's see. Shirts. Oh, that's not shirts. This is shirts. So for shirts, I brought a lot of just regular t-shirts, kind of like what I'm wearing now, because that's generally what I wear, and I haven't had a problem with it. So, I mean, there's one long sleeve kind of shirt in here, but for the most part, this is what I wear. So I packed a bunch of these, and I've gone through them all a bunch of times. I wasn't quite sure how often I'd be able to do laundry, so that's kind of why I packed so many. That was just in case. And then what I found is pretty much every hostel you'll go to has the option for laundry at a small charge. I haven't had to do it yet because I've been here and they let me do laundry. But at the hostels I was staying at, they had an option for laundry. So I probably wouldn't have brought quite as many shirts. Maybe half as many, 3/4 as many, but definitely not this many if I knew ahead of time how many shirts, or how often I would be doing laundry. But yeah, so regular shirts is a must. And then you're definitely going to want to bring a jacket with those, because when you go inside, usually the heaters are on and it's kind of warm, but then when you walk out, it's kind of cold. So I would recommend bringing some jackets. I brought, not very smart of me, but I brought 2 different jackets that can't get wet. I brought a down jacket, which is, I should have had sitting out, but I didn't. And then I brought a leather jacket. So what I also did is I brought like a super thin waterproof jacket that I could slip on over either one of those. And if I'm ever wearing these and it looks like a cloudy day, I'll make sure I have the rainproof one in my backpack just in case it starts raining. And then I also brought just a regular pullover jacket, and that was just more for like comfort, or it's a lot easier. It's got a hood so it can keep me warm, but it's not as warm as a down jacket, obviously. So yeah, I would recommend maybe a pullover jacket. I'm just imagining that scene in Dumb and Dumber when they say, "Pull over!" and Harry goes, "No, it's a cardigan, but thanks for asking." But anyway, so yeah, bring a pullover jacket, maybe a zip-up jacket, but for the most part, as long as you have warm clothes, you'll be good. Or a warm jacket, you'll be good. And then I also brought gym clothes, and this is more personal to me. Probably too many, obviously, if you can't see this. But this is more personal to me because I do enjoy working out and rock climbing and going on runs and stuff and hiking. So if you're into that kind of stuff, bring some gym shorts, bring some workout shirts. I have like old shirts that I wear to the gym and stuff, and running shoes, because they're kind of expensive here. So if you have some, bring them with you. I didn't, I had to go buy some, and I got super cheap ones, and they're already falling apart. But anyway, yeah, so gym clothes for me was a must, and that was also because of hiking as well, because I would wear those shorts out hiking, and then I'd just bring a jacket with me. And I've gone on a few really cool, not like hikes, more like adventures, but still, these shoes have been handy. Let's see. Then I have 2 bags back here with socks and underwear. And as you can see, I did bring, there's more too, they're dirty, but I did bring quite a bit of socks, and there's also more underwear. I have a lot of both. That was because I wasn't sure about the laundry situation. So if I was going to do this again, I would not bring quite as many socks or quite as much underwear. That's probably a good amount, taking out of everything else I have that's not in this bag right now. For socks, definitely less. Let's see. I brought dress shirts as well. And this was in case like I wanted to go out to the pub, or if I wanted to go and like walk in and try and get a job somewhere, I would try and look a little bit nicer. So I brought, let's see, 4 shirts. There's 5 in here, but that's a different shirt. So I brought 4 kind of nicer button-up short sleeve dress shirts. There's like a Hawaiian shirt in here because I really like Hawaiian shirts, and then also like some dotted shirts, and there's actually one with, it looks like clover leaves. But yeah, so I would recommend maybe 1 or 2, unless that's what you generally wear. Then you're not gonna like stand out if you dress up nice. It's not like everyone here only wears one thing or another. So it's kind of just whatever you're used to wearing, you can wear here. So for me, I probably would have only brought 2 of these instead of 4, but it is what it is. And then let's see, what is good next? Shoes. I did bring, well, I'll just talk about shoes, but I did bring quite a bit of shoes because I wasn't quite sure what people are used to wearing over here, and I also kind of wanted to start dressing up nicer. And what I found is you just want good walking shoes. So don't try and get a bunch of nice shoes. Just get like a good pair of walking shoes, maybe 2 pairs, so you don't wear one out, and then you'll be good. Maybe a nice pair of shoes if you want to go out for something and if you dress up, but for the most part, good walking shoes is pretty much all you'll need. So then that brings us to toiletry, because I think that's all I have to talk about for clothes. So for toilet, I also like rock climbing. Rewind. I also like rock climbing, so I brought my rock climbing shoes. There's gyms in Dublin, there's gyms in Cork, and there's like a co-op in Galway, which is a gym, but it's not a gym. It's like a bunch of people that bought this space and set up their own rock climbing area in it, and they'll let you have access to it for money. So it's kind of like a gym, but it's not technically a gym. But so I'm planning on going back to Galway, so I'm going to sign up for that one. But if I go to Dublin or Cork, people have recommended me to go to Cork, then there's gyms down there that I can use as well. And I have my harness, and I have carabiner, I have tape. So yeah, I have all my gear with me just in case. But the shoes are the biggest part because there's a lot of outdoor, especially on this island, there's a lot of outdoor bouldering that I enjoy doing. So if you're into climbing, definitely bring them. Even if just the shoes and the tape, I'd say it's worth it. It barely takes up any room. Okay, now, fast forwarding again back to toiletries. I brought a lot of shampoo, soap, face wash, and conditioner, just because it fit, and I knew I was going to be using it, I'm going to be needing it. I'm not staying in fancy hotels, so they're not giving it to me. So I have a lot, and I'm sure I'm going to need to get more before I leave here. So definitely bring all of your normal soaps that you use in the shower. And then for brushing my teeth, which is half in this bag, half in another bag, to brush my teeth, for shaving, for doing basically anything else, I have another bag that has my toothbrush, my floss, my mouthwash, my razors, my shaving cream, even chapstick in here because it's kind of random stuff. So I figured that would be a good bag for this. And then even my electric razor. So yeah, basically any normal toiletries that you're going to need, toss them in some bags that are easy for you to pick out and organize. Then, obviously, some medicine. I have some Tylenol. Actually, in here I have some Tylenol. Definitely bring some of these. For some reason, I just started coughing a bunch in the middle of the night for about a week and a half straight. And I would get up, I would suck on one of these, and then I would fall back to sleep and I wouldn't cough the rest of the night. So I would recommend bringing some of these. If you don't use them, it takes up no space. Look at that. Okay. So I would say Now we're getting into more random stuff that I would personally recommend you bring, but it's not, obviously not necessary. So I would definitely say bring a portable charger. And this is more just because you're not always going to be near an outlet. If you're out walking, if you're exploring, you're going to want to have this with you and a cable with you just in case your phone dies and you need to figure out where you're at. So bring one of these. I would also recommend, if you're into running, getting one of these arm phone things. So you can put it on, you can put your phone in here, and then you can go on a run and you don't have to bother holding your phone. And if you have some wireless earphones as well, you can listen to music when you're running. If not, you can play it through the speaker in your phone, or if you just like the sounds of nature or just want to listen to people talking if you're running in the city, you can do that as well. But then you have your phone just in case you need it. And it's a hassle to carry it. If you guys run and you carry your phone and you like it, well, good for you, but I hate it. Okay, so then I would also recommend bringing a film camera. And this is more just for fun for me because I think it's really enjoyable to develop your pictures, and then, well, I don't personally develop them, but get them developed and then go and look through them. And you can kind of like think back about your whole trip, because let's be honest, how often do we actually go through old pictures in our phones? Because you take 100 pictures on a hike and then you never look at them again. But with this film I have is 36 exposures, so I'm going to take 36 pictures, and then when they get developed, I'm going to be able to flip through them and look through them, put them in a frame, and actually enjoy them. So yeah, I would say bring a camera. I got this at a thrift store. It's $2 USD because it was in the States. But if you have like a nicer one, probably be better, because then you can actually take good pictures. This one's basically the quality of a disposable camera. It just has more exposures, and it was cheaper. So that's why I have that. Let's see, a hammock. Haven't had to use this, probably wouldn't have brought it, but I enjoy hammocking, so if I ever come across 2 trees and I'm not doing anything, I probably will use it. But so far, have not used it, have not even thought about using it, so I wouldn't recommend bringing a hammock. Let's see, a journal, 100%, get a journal, get a probably brand new journal for you. I went to, I think this was from Target, possibly Walmart, and I've just been trying, at least, I've been trying to write in this every day, what I did that day, how I'm feeling, anything that comes to my mind that I want to write down. So later in life, I can look back on this, I can read through it, I can see what I did on this trip when I forget about what happened, with the small parts of the day that I would obviously forget about. Get some nice pens. I guess you don't have to, but for me, I hate writing in, especially if I'm writing like a lot, I hate writing in those cheap ballpoint pens that you can get at like the 99-cent store. So I got some of, and my mom helped me get more of these, but the Pilot pens, and I enjoy that very much. So 100% I would recommend bringing a journal. Then your laptop is obviously a must if you have one, because if you want to send some emails, if you want to watch a video and you're in the hostel or wherever you're at, you have a bigger phone, or you have a bigger screen than your phone. Mine, it's the Surface, so I have to use a kickstand, so it's not quite as convenient to watch when you're laying down, but it's still really nice. And I would 100% recommend bringing your laptop. It literally takes up no space. You could slide it into your backpack. Mine's even smaller than most, but still, they're small, they're light. Just slide it in, bring a charger. I actually brought 2 chargers just in case mine broke. But if you don't want to deal with the space, bring a charger, bring your laptop, forget about it. If you don't use it, it won't matter. Then I would recommend bringing a converter for your chargers. And this is just because it's going to be a lot more convenient than having to purchase a brand new phone charger, a brand new or wall connection for a phone charger, a brand new computer charger, and then if you have wireless earphones, mine are different than my phone charger, so I have to get a new one of those. But I was just able to bring all my original chargers and then a outlet converter, so it converts their power or their outlet type to any other countries. So obviously ours, or you can get some that are universal, so you can use any country. And then if you want to travel around Europe, you have it, or you can get some that are just specific to the, I think it's the same type as the UK. I think they use the same type as the UK, looking at the names on the thing. So like anywhere in the UK or obviously Ireland that you go, you would have access to use it if you get just the UK's type. But mine is a universal one, so I can go to anywhere in Europe and then not have to worry about it. And then I can plug my my phones and stuff into it. And you can even get some that have a USB port as well, and that seems super convenient because you can plug one thing into the front and then also be charging something else on the side through the USB port. So I would definitely recommend getting one of those, a universal one. I don't know how much they are. I'm using my mom's, but I can't imagine it's more than $20. You could probably get one on Amazon for way cheaper. So yeah, definitely bring one of those as well. And then the last thing I can think to say is a first aid kit. And 100% I would recommend bringing one of these. Not even a doubt in my mind you'll need it. I wound up needing one for the first 2 weeks straight that I was on this island. I was hurting myself left and right. I was scraping my toes. I was burning myself. I was cutting myself. And then I even came here with stitches. And luckily I didn't tear them. Nothing happened. But I did have to use some of the stuff in here to, when I cut the stitches out, I used the scissors in here to cut them. And then also just to make sure that it didn't get infected, I would have to keep putting stuff on it as well. So 100% you are going to want to bring a small first aid kit. It doesn't take up a lot of room, it's light, and you're not going to regret bringing it. So yeah, that's everything I can think of that you're going to want to bring. And then what to pack all this up in, I would recommend packing it up. Get a backpacking backpack, especially if you're into hiking. I packed half of my stuff in here, half of my stuff in a regular suitcase. And obviously this counts as a carry-on. So I had to kind of organize my stuff in such a way that I could pass through TSA. Batteries can't go in the suitcase, and large bottles of liquid can't go in the carry-on. But then once I got here, I kind of reorganized to make it easier to look through and to grab all my stuff that I would use every day. I would put in here, and everything else that I thought I might need later on, I put in my suitcase. I would recommend getting a backpacking backpack, bringing a suitcase. I packed mine up as much as I possibly could. It was stuffed and it barely passed through the 50-pound limit. So I would say, especially because you'll probably be living in a hostel for a good chunk of your trip, I would definitely recommend not packing it to as much as you can, because flipping through it, even though all my stuff was in bags, was still a hassle because I kind of had to restuff it and zip it back up every night. Luckily here I don't have to, but I am going to be back out on the mainland and probably have to deal with that again pretty soon. So if I didn't have as much stuff, it wouldn't have been as much of a hassle to pick through and find whatever I needed and put everything back in. So I would recommend getting one of these, getting a suitcase, and just not stuffing it full. Try to be reasonable about what you're going to bring. You're going to be able to do laundry almost anywhere. There's going to be stores. There's no Walmart, but there's going to be stores, so you can purchase more soap. So don't buy the biggest one that they have. Just try to be reasonable with it. That's what I would recommend. Anyway, it's up to you for what you decide, but that's what I would recommend. And it looks like, I think that is everything I wanted to talk to you today about packing. So future videos that are coming up, one of my friends has been commenting and giving me good ideas on my last video and the previous one, and he recommended I do a video about managing finances and what I'm doing to do that, just to give you guys some tips. And then also another video, if you watched my last video, I talked about a 100-second hanging challenge to win 100 euros. And I've been saying I've been training for that, and I want to go back and do it. So if the guy happens to be back in Galway, I want to do a video documenting how I'm training for it in case you guys are interested. Or, I mean, they have these challenges in the States as well, so you can kind of see like what I'm doing to train for it. And then also I'll try and like cut into that video going up and doing the challenge as well. But that also depends, or that 100% depends on if the challenge is back, because it was just a random guy that set it up. It wasn't like a carnival that like had it, like at the San Diego Fair, the county fair, they might have those set up however long they're there. But this was just like a street performer kind of thing, and the guy figured he could make some money, so he bought himself or made himself a pole to for people to hang on. So yeah, those are 2 future videos that I'm hoping to make in the relatively near future, so keep posted for that. And as always, feel free to like, comment, whatever you want down below. Let me know what you think, and if you have any ideas, feel free to post them below as well, and I will try and keep you guys updated as much as possible. See you guys next time.